Andrew Princess, I don't know, podcast. I'm still trying to decide exactly what I'm going to call this thing. I haven't really decided. So, yes, this is all audio. You're looking at probably my logo. I haven't really even decided what it is. First, if you haven't watched my video, ooh, I'm doing air quotes, you can't even see me. If you saw the video podcast, um, yes, there's like good pops and stuff. Yeah, that sound you hear. This is an old like kids mic from like one of those like I don't know what it used to be, but you could record yourself on your little tape deck. I know, right? Who knows what tape deck is anymore? But yeah, so if you hear any pops and stuff like that, I'm sorry. This is an old mic, and hey, it's the best I can do right now. I really don't like using my laptop mic. It just never seems to get across. Um, Another warning, I will warn you guys. Well, there's several warnings I've got here. Um, if you hear me talking a lot slower, I'm actually trying not to hear myself because it's actually a weird delay. So, like, if I can hear myself, I actually talk slower, and it's really creepy. So, if you hear me talking a lot slower, that's why. Um, Another warning, if you hear me, well, I'll probably be editing it out, but yelling at my cats, yes, of course, wherever I am, they must be. So right now, one is on my bed smacking at the other. Osby, you stop that. Oh, you guys are so lucky enough to see this. Thankfully, I will have editing capabilities, not to mention on-hand sensor, that this thing has an off switch. So yay! Um, so I've got a list here of about 30 or so topics I think I've counted, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, okay, which one do I want to do first? And I have marked to do the first one is about me, which I know, right? And kind of intro one. I kind of already did the intro with the video one, but I think what we're going to kind of do is do a little bit more. That was mainly just about what these podcasts are going to be, but this is going to be more on who I am. For those who haven't watched my vlogs, who haven't watched the first vlog, especially where I've talked about who I am and you know what I'm about. Um, but yes, so like I said, these podcasts. Sorry, there's background noise. These podcasts will be about 5 to 30 minutes long. I'm not going to have it any shorter than 5 minutes, and I'm going to try not to make them longer than 30 minutes, just because if after a while it gets monotonous. So if it gets too much longer than 30 minutes, I'll stop and do a part two. Um, but yeah, so about me. There's so much to say, and yet not a whole lot to say, really. Um, so I'm 28. I do quote live at home. I still, I'm more roommates with my mother more than anything. Because well, heck, it costs a lot to live. Oh, another warning. I will say I'm a lot, and I'm sorry, guys. It's a bad habit I've not been able to break. Um, ah, yes, so 28, living at home. I'm the youngest of three. Got an older brother and sister. My brother's in New York, and my sister's back home in Indiana. Yes, I am from southern Indiana, fun little town called Evansville. You might have heard of it, may not have, because well, meh. It's a you know, it doesn't really have a lot of much that happens there, but oh my goodness, it pretty big. Um, let's see here. My dad's been gone for 14 years now. He died in 2001, not in September 11th. In fact, he died not too long after Dale Earnhardt died. And no, not a racer. He died mainly complications of diabetes. And that's a long story and a whole nother podcast itself. But yeah, so see, I was born and raised in Baptist Church in good old Southern Indiana, and in about '99, well, I'm not sure exactly when our pastor got really into having Heart for Israel then, but in '99 we hooked up with a Messianic rabbi, and he said, "So I'm here to start another congregation." in the area. So if you're interested, here's the address. Yeah, the address was maybe about half a mile away from our house, so it was perfect. Um, so we joined them for a while, and then that congregation fell through. But yeah, we've been Messianic Jewish. Again, that is an entire different podcast, but in a nutshell, Messianic Judaism is a mix of Christian Jewish. We've got the old traditional ways of kosher and keeping the Sabbath Friday night to Saturday night. Um, we do read the Torah portions and all that, but we are mostly saved Christians who do believe in Jesus, believe that He's Messiah, know that He is coming back rather than coming for the first time. So that is one of the big differences between Messianic and regular Judaism. Uh, but yeah, like I said, that's gonna be a whole big to do eventually. Um, so I only had one job, pretty much paid job, my entire career, adult life, I guess. Um, pretty much the second I turned 18, just about, I went out and filled out a bunch of applications, and I turned oh just for a little bit of side information. My birthday is October 31st. That's right, 10/31, as in Halloween. And I'm Halloween baby. Yup. Uh, which gets some interesting looks sometimes. People already think I'm weird, and then it's like, oh, you're a Halloween baby. That explains it. Um, but yeah, so after turning 18 in October, shortly after my first nephew was born, but that's again a different story. Um, the store that my mom had started working at since it opened when I was 3 years old decided to upgrade from a D1 store, a small store, up into a supercenter. That's right, a Walmart supercenter. So it went from a D1 Walmart, one of those just regular basic, not a lot of groceries, Walmart, to one of the full blown supercenters. And here it was, January, right after I turned 18, and my brother had just moved back to Indiana. So we put in applications, and of course, it was kind of funny. They asked, "So, why do you want to work for Walmart? Why do you want to work for this company?" And I said, "Well, I've been working here off the clock and underage since I was about 5. So I figured, it's time you guys started paying me." Um, and thankfully, it was a manager who has known me since I was 3. So she's like, "Yeah, you pretty much have." Ever since I was old enough to walk around in, I think we call it zone, which kind of clean up the aisles, put things back where it belongs. Uh, we used to do that one time we'd come and pick mom up from work. I'd be zoning through the area that she's working in and doing whatever until it's time to go. But yeah, so I started working at that store, and I've been with Walmart off and on for the last 10 years. Um, oh, and you'll be hearing some roughing and stuff. That would be my cats attacking each other in my room. Yes, they think my room is a playground. I quite frequently tell them they're wrong, but they somehow don't believe me. Mr. Oz. Um, I've been with Walmart for 10 years. I've worked at 5 different stores in 3 different states. I started at the store that, I helped upgrade that my mom had started in. Year and a half later, well, not even a year later, issues happened, and I'm not going to go into details on that one. That'll be a whole nother podcast. Um, but a year later, issues arose between me and another associate. Yes, we are associates. I'll go into details on that later. And it just wasn't going to work out for me staying at that store. So mom was already working at a Walmart neighborhood market across town at that time. So I was trying to transfer to that one, but they didn't have a spot open at that time. So I went ahead and quit that night. Because again, issues that I'll eventually cover later. Um, but then about a week and a half later, they said, "Hey, we got a position open. Come on in." By the way, there's some creaking because my cat, the older one, the mommy cat, Al, is trying to play with the cord. Hi, Al. Thank you. Can I have my hand back? Thank you. And okay, and so I got the call a week and a half later to join that store. So technically, was reinstated at that store, and we were there for about 2 years. And then we realized it was just time to, after my grandma passed and my second nephew was born, it was just time to leave Indiana because my brother had went to South Carolina where his um, wife was from. So they decided to move away, and grandma died, and well, grandma died, then they moved, and it was just time to move on. So just me and mom left, and my sister decided to stay. My brother was already here in the South, so we moved on, and it was first we decided to go to Tennessee. Had fallen in love with that area. We visited Nashville a couple times, and decided to go and worked there at Walmart for about 2 years. And there was just a lot of things like, okay, well, we've moved once before, we can do it again. And my love of NASCAR, my obsession with Dale Jr. We moved to North Carolina in the Charlotte area, and we weren't sure exactly where we were going to go at first. And we were living in Kannapolis, which is the home of Dale Earnhardt Sr. and Jr. pretty much. Jr. lives in Mooresville now, but well, outside of Mooresville, the hometown of Dale Earnhardt Sr. And we, were there for a little bit, and then we finally, both of us working at the Mooresville Walmart. So it was best to just go ahead and, you know, move here to Mooresville. Yeah, I'm not gonna say where we're at. Actually, really isn't saying too much there, but yeah, you guys already know. You've already seen me out there. Um, if you're watching my vlogs, if you haven't, what the heck? Why are you watching this one first? Go watch my other one. Anyway, I'm so glad these are just videos and not these are just audio, not video. Anyway, so yeah, we've been here for 6 years now, and it's an amazing little place. It's got your country feel, but it's got your city feel. It's a little bit of everything. Just an awesome song. Um, but yeah, see here. I'm single. I've been single for about almost 3 years now, 2.5 years. How old are you, Al? Yeah, not gonna go there. I was just seeing a guy for about not quite 6 months. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, if I can give you one bit of advice, do not date a coworker unless you know he's the one. He's worth it. And I have to remind myself there's one guy at work that I like, but yeah, no, after that last coworker dating thing, just no, bad idea. Bad idea. Because one of the worst parts about coworker dating is when your coworker Xing. It's a little creepy and awkward when you're in the break room together and he's trying to comment on what you and your friends are talking about, and you're just like, yeah, burn in hell. Shut up. Shut up. Yeah. Again, I think I'll do a podcast of just relationships and how they end badly between what I've had to go through and what my mom's had to go through. Yeah, that's a whole video or podcast in its own. But really, not much. I've always had cats. Always, always. I want a dog eventually, but it just hasn't worked out quite like that yet. Um, I right now have two, which I got from a coworker. She had to get rid of several of her cats. She had to wean it down to a couple of them. And she's like, "Can you take two of them off my hands?" And we're like, okay. Before then, we'd been almost pet free for about a year, and we were almost kind of sure we weren't going to get any more, and including throwing away all the cat stuff. The cat I had before them, I had her since she was 2 weeks old, And then we know she started getting sick and just acting weird and not wanting to eat, not wanting to move. And yeah, she died, and it wasn't easy. Um, and that was part of the reason I was kind of glad I was in my relationship at the time when she died, because he was at least there for me for that part. But he was more in it for himself than anything. But yeah, that's one another. It's another story. Uh, but yeah, so there really isn't much about me. I work full time. I've been trying to vlog. I've been kind of off and on vlogging for about a year and a half now. Um, and again, that's the why I vlog and how I got into this. I'm gonna do a whole dissertation on that one, so listen up for that one, prepare for that one. But yeah, but I would like to do more of it. I would like to daily vlog, but with working full time and having weird schedule um, with my mom because we both work in the same store, it makes it kind of difficult to vlog. And because most of the vlogs you see out there are these couples or this family or these persons out doing all these kind of fun stuff, going around town and going on these adventures and blah blah blah. All mine are is walking around nearby my store, walking in my store, walking around my neighborhood with the cats running around. They're kind of boring, and I mean I really have nothing much. And when I do have something cool, I record them, but it's maybe once a week or once a month, and that's one reason why I'm doing these podcasts too. Is it gives me topics to rant, and you're not having to just stare at me, with in my bedroom or in my car or out walking. It's just this video, or this audio. So hopefully I'm gonna do a lot of these. If you guys have any topic ideas, please let me know in the comments below, or go to my Facebook page, the Ginger Princess Viewers page. I will put the link below as well. Um, but I mean, really, I really don't have a lot to vlog right now until I've got more things to do. And I work full time, and so when I go on vacation, like when I went to Minnesota, um, it was fun. I was able to vlog every day because there was something new going on every day. So that was fun, but I really just, I've got a boring, mundane life. So stuff about me really isn't that much because there's not much to me. I'm very uncomplicated, very domesticated. Domesticated, I don't know if that's really the right word. Um, but and I've got cool stories to tell, and they will be in their own separate podcasts. Kind of give you guys an idea of some of the stuff some of the subjects I'm looking on to do is, vlogging. Why me? Talking about some of the YouTubers I do follow, and the ones who got me into wanting to vlog, unlike the members of We the Kings. Um, I'm talking more and deeply about the Hunger Games village that I've been going to. You guys have seen on my vlogs. And even some like advice stuff, growing up in the church, about Messianic Judaism, talking about being a 28-year-old virgin. Yes, that's right, kids. I'm still a virgin. For those who, are out there who are virgins at, not so young age, that there are people like you out there as well. How about some of the acapella groups that I've fallen in love with, PTX Pentatonics and Home Free, and of course the group who started my acapella love, Rockapella. Love them. I plan on doing like a just podcast of my favorite stuff, things I like, things I like to do. My favorite books, favorite actors, favorite movies, stuff like that. My goals, talking about short term and long term, the things I'd like to do in the future, things, even my goals for the podcast and for the vlogs. Um, Forgive and forget. Sometimes I think people harbor resentment or harbor stuff for too long, and it's crazy. Um, Even do maybe want to do music and movie reviews. So if you got any songs or bands or movies you want me to review, let me know in the comments below as well. Um, I'd even like to do a Q&A or advice video. So if you got any questions, again, Let me know in the comments below. Wow, I'm already at 20 minutes. I'm kind of shocked. Uh, books versus movies. That's gonna be a fun one to go through. Working in retail, pros and cons of that, and even some of the tougher topics of being a daddy's girl and not really having a dad around, and even living with someone who's got cancer or sickness. Um, even some like deeper subjects of where is that slide? Self-esteem and body issues and all that kind of stuff. Because I mean, in case you haven't noticed in my vlogs, I'm not a stick figure pretty model. So yeah, I've got body issues and self-esteem issues, and I'm sure a lot of you do as well. So it's cool to have someone to talk about it with. Respect. It's not given, it's earned. Is another topic I want to go over. It's been one of those that I wish I could just preach at my customers a lot. Doing what you love, whether it's a career or a hobby. That's a big one that Chris Rupp, one of the members of Home Free, he's mentioned a little bit on his thinkings that he posts on Facebook. I think that would be a fun one to cover and talk about. Um, Meeting people online, whether the good ones or the bad ones. I've met some people who I've only knew online in person, and some have been pretty good. There've been a few people I only knew online, or even a couple guys that I only just talked to on the phone. Some of them were creepers. Some of them were genuinely cool guys, and I wish I'd actually gotten to meet them. One of my joke ones. Don't stick your hand near a strange dog's mouth. You can go back to one of my vlogs of me getting bit. It's been, well, January, not this past January, but the year before. Yeah, that was a fun video. Um, I've even got it's a would you rather game. It's apparently what predated the real would you rather game. So I'm gonna probably read some of those off and give my answers and ask for your answers in the bottom. In the bottom, this in the comments. There we go. Talking about my family, a little more detail about you know what my family's gone through, and even what I would like for a future family. Future family. Ooh, that sounds fun. One topic I really want to hit on, and I've been kind of hitting on them with some of my friends, is your moral or core beliefs. Things that you believe are, well, mainly the things that I believe are, morally right, morally sound. Things that you would think with common sense that you should, treat your friends right and stuff like that, and things that are okay to do with strangers and things that aren't so cool to do with strangers. Where's the other one that I had? Yeah, just common sense in general. It's amazing how many people don't have it. Even would like to do a one on traveling tips. Those of you who may be first time flyers, now that I've done my first few flights, I definitely got an idea on tips and how to get the first time flyer nerves out. And some kind of very deep topics I'll be covering is love versus lust, and two that kind of go in one: stalking versus caring, or passion versus crazy. I've recently had a misunderstanding with somebody that they thought I was, a little too involved in their life, and they didn't understand that I was, I cared about them and that I wanted to get to know them better. I wanted them to get to know me better, and unfortunately, they misinterpreted my motives, and yeah, I'll go into that a little deeper, but. Oh, doggy. Misunderstandings is not a fun thing, especially when you're communicating with this person via, Facebook messages. It's a little miscommunication wise. But anyway, so those I think are some of the podcasts. I'm going to try to record some of them now as I can, just so I can get a lot of it built up. And while I've kind of got a slightly quiet room, the cats are chilling out now. And look at that, we got 25 minutes. Woohoo! Or maybe after I edit some of this out. But anyway, so I will talk to you guys later. You might even see me post some vlogs. I really don't know how I'm gonna do these vlogs versus podcasts. I think eventually, if the podcasts do a lot better, I'm gonna do this more and do my vlogs randomly as you know I have anything interesting to show you. I think I'm gonna do these more than anything. Um, as far as I know, I'm sure you guys are gonna be asking, wait, why aren't you doing like the podcast websites? Well, I don't know how to do those. I don't know what those are about. For now, I'm just gonna do the podcast like this, just audio with a random picture. I might do thematic pictures or just do my logo. Because honestly, the editing capabilities I have, which are very minor, have to have a video and a picture. And of course, to post a video, you kind of have to have some kind of pictures. So, anyway, I'm going to go ahead and end this one here. Like I said, that's about me. If you have any questions about me, really, please feel free to leave it in the comments below. As long as it's not way too personal, like what's your social, something stupid like that, I'll try to answer it. I mean, I really don't have much to hide. I mean, as long as it's not something that's going to get you to stalk me or steal my identity, I really have no problem telling people stuff. So, I will talk to you guys tomorrow or whenever. I really still have no idea how I'm going to do this, but I will holla at y'all later. Love, peace, bye.